Are you comfortable with the idea of evolution? Do you believe in it? Do you accept it?
For me, I'm gonna punt on that one as well.
No.
That does you
Really?
That's a question a politician shouldn't be involved in one way or the other on. So I'm going to leave that up to you.
That, a college education, a missing front runner, a president who has everybody wondering what he's really thinking, if some would charge he's thinking at all, but that's another story. All right, let's get to it. On the water cooler, welcome in the commentary writer at the Washington Examiner. Jason Russell joins us from inside the Beltway. Jason, good to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Here we have Scott Walker declining to say whether or not he believes in evolution. He did this on an interview in London for a London think tank, and already people are starting to scream a little bit about whether or not he believes in what he thinks. He's walking into a couple of landmines here, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very controversial issue, I suppose, in that many people expect Republicans to not believe in evolution. Whereas many liberals, obviously are very strongly in favor of believing in evolution. But, I think in the end, it's not going to be a big vote-moving issue, but it's still an interesting thing to hear presidential candidates talk about, no doubt.
Is it just that we are so far out at this point? And again, I think we've discussed this with a number of people here. Here we are sitting in February of 2015. We have lots of time to go. That what happens on this date in February, unless it becomes a massive controversy somehow, a lot of the voters are going to forget it if indeed they think that he's the right guy to get us out of some economic issues.
Absolutely. I think this will go away. It's still an interesting issue to debate and see what people say, and especially when it comes to whether or not that should be taught in schools or other issues. But definitely voters are going to have other concerns when it comes to next January or February when primaries actually start.
What about Howard Dean on MSNBC this morning, who basically called Scott Walker unknowledgeable and was questioning whether or not a guy who didn't go to college or didn't graduate from college could actually become president of the United States, basically saying, how well educated is this guy? I got to imagine there's people already inside the Beltway who are going, what was he thinking?
Well, certainly throughout history, we've had plenty of presidents who did not have a college degree, even though they were clearly still very well educated. George Washington did not have a college degree. Harry Truman was the latest president to not have a college degree. They were college educated, but they never took the final step to get that slip of paper. And Scott Walker's the same way, and people see that he has clearly served well as the governor of Wisconsin, even without a college degree. So I think he would still, I don't think it would hurt him that much on the trail.
I guess you got to be smart if you're going to be elected governor. Once or maybe even twice. Yeah, somebody, I think, maybe need to just tell Howard Dean that this is the way things work. With regard to candidates, there's a poll out here from MoveOn.org and Democracy for America that says Elizabeth Warren is leading Hillary Clinton in Iowa and New Hampshire. Should we even really make much of it at this point?
No, absolutely not. I mean, the poll does show that Hillary is going to have a tougher time in the primary than most people think. But look at the way this poll was conducted. There was only about 400 respondents. Most polls usually have about 1,000 if they're going to be credible. And the big thing is that this poll, they started talking about all kinds of nice things about Elizabeth Warren and didn't say anything about Hillary Clinton or any of the other candidates. And then they asked you who you thought you were going to vote for. So it was clearly a push poll in favor of Elizabeth Warren, but it does show that Hillary will have probably a tougher time than you think.
I got about 45 seconds left. What's been the buzz around the Beltway today after the president's war press conference and his war announcement yesterday?
Well, I think there's a bipartisan opposition on both sides. Democrats are very hesitant to say, yeah, let's send ground troops to fight ISIS, and Republicans are saying, no, this isn't going far enough. So, with that kind of bipartisan opposition, I would be surprised to see any kind of authorization go through.
So, in other words, it was really wonderful for the president to say something. People still aren't sure what he was exactly saying or what he wants. And at the end of the day, this will pretty much just be words that are spoken by a president and won't get much done.
Just like the State of the Union.
Ah, there you go. I knew somebody was going to have to bring in the State of the Union sooner or later. Congratulations, Jason. You are the very first one to do that today. And I'm kind of shocked because I really thought other people were going to do it. But good job for you. From the Washington Examiner, Jason Russell joins us. Jason, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right, take care. It has been an interesting couple of days in the media. And it has been a sad 24 hours in the media, as a matter of fact. And when we come back, a personal promise to the viewers of this program.